let's start the stream. Turn down the volume on my headset. And let's make sure everything is good. Visually looks fine. And sounds fine as well. So hello people of the internet. It is I, Soulrack Dragon, here back with more Fate Grand Order, where today, Merry Christmas, first and foremost, or I guess second, because I sort of greet you all in the first place, but Merry Christmas to those of you who celebrate it. Though this will not be coming out on Christmas, the stream is on Christmas. And as the title says, today, Lostbelt 7, the Golden Sea of Trees, Nahui Mictlan, those who rule the planet, is here. There was a brief trailer when I launched the game, but I skipped it, for I do not wish for the spoilers that would come from it. But we are going to read the news, which already you can see some spoilers. So we're going to start things off here with the new info on the campaign. This is nothing really new, just some stuff for clearing the story. Or clearing story and some special logging quartz. And other master missions. And free quests half AP. All free quests are done already, so nothing really new there. The next piece of news is new chapter. Part 2, Chapter 7, Lostbelt 7, Golden Sea of Trees, Nahui Mictlan, Those Who Rule the Planet. Part 1. I don't know why Kadok is the poster child for this one. I don't care for him. The foreign god has attacked the Wandering Sea. Chaldea escapes in the storm border, though at great cost. Now they begin their attempt to enter the 7th Lostbelt and finally put a stop to the foreign god's terrible machinations. This 7th Lostbelt is situated in the Amazon rainforest of South America. A lush, fertile land brimming with trees. This place nurtured many forms of life. This place is said to have been the wellspring of all life on Earth. But with the tree of emptiness having taken root, this place has become a wasteland of death, of cracked soil and parched earth overhung with rumbling thunderheads. Why is this once lush land now dead? What course did this Lostbelt's history take? In this harsh South American Lostbelt devoid of all life, humanity readies itself to confront the only remaining threat. So our story heads towards its climax in one of the largest unexplored territories seen in any Lostbelt. Enjoy Lostbelt 7. So Part 2 has its release planned. More information on that will be available shortly. Yes, because as I found out on Monday, they split this one into 2 parts. Yay! You do need to have cleared Tunguska in order to access this. Although the requirements for unlocking Part 2 will be clearing the epilogue of Tunguska, the story of Part 2, Chapter 7 will take place after the events of... Hang on. Although the unlock requirements for Part 2, Chapter 7, Lostbelt number 7, Golden Sea of Trees, Nahui Mictlan, Those Who Rule the Planet, will be clearing the epilogue of Anti-Primate Biosphere Tunguska Sanctuary, the story of Part 2, Chapter 7 takes place after the events of Chapter 6.5, therefore it will include some spoilers. Oh, I almost mixed those phrases up. I was about to wait. Chapter 6.5 comes after Chapter 7? That doesn't make sense, but no, I can read. I can read. Hey, Deante, welcome to the stream. How be things? I've not read about Nito Alter yet, but I did see the slight spoil in the news titles, but I'm sure she's going to be the next topic I will be reading in. There is the trailer available. David was in it. There's a social media campaign. She gets 16 quartz. Profile. Chapter 7, Part 2. Cryptor. David Semvoid. A cold-hearted young man devoid of personality. He is mute, indifferent, and impassive. His mechanical behavior often leads others to describe him as robotic, but it would be more accurate to call him a predator, motivated only by its own survival. The previous director, Mirrorsbury Atmosphere, believed he had the highest aptitude for ray shifting, and his ability was also among the greatest of the master candidates in Chaldea, but his lack of social grace made him unfit to lead the team. A fair assessment was David's only comment. You can also see his command seal there. But I hope your Christmas was merry. If you do so, celebrate it today, Ante. And if not, then I hope your holidays are happy. There are new skill enhancement and ascension materials available as well. Obsidian blades and solar hides. Mash's NP is getting strengthened. Yes! So will be strengthened upon clearing Part 2, Chapter 7, Part 1. Part 2, Chapter 7, Part 1, Mash's NP will be strengthened. Her voice lines in battle will also change. And that's all that they're telling me. They don't tell me exactly details. And then the next one, which again spoiled right here with ongoing summon, Nahui Mictlan Nidacris Altar. Take up summon. So Nido Burrito Altar. Nido Burrito. What happened? Why do you have an altar? Why do they look so cool? Alright, so Nahui Mictlan Altar Nidacris. A servant related to Part 2, Chapter 7, Lostbelt 7, Golden Sea of Trees, Nahui Mictlan, those who rule the planet, will be released early and available for pickup. So, same line. And she will be a permanent servant. Okay. Let's see here. Nido Burrito. She's an Avenger. Ooh. She was supposed to be released after New Year's. So okay, that's definitely interesting. I do wonder, excuse me, does that mean she's going to be on the New Year's GSSR? Or was she the New Year's servant? And they released her early for some reason. I don't know. So she is a 5-star arts-based Avenger. Increase NP strength for 1 turn for yourself and deal heavy special attack to all human enemies with a high chance to inflict death, as well as a high chance to inflict death on all evils. Ooh, AoE Arts Avenger. That's tempting. He's coming later? Oh boy. I have no idea who the New Year's servant is, by the way, and I don't want to know. I wish to be surprised. But an AoE Arts Avenger. Ooh, that's quite tempting. Not gonna lie, that is quite tempting. An Avenger who seeks no vengeance, the embodiment of judgment, this improbable servant appears with an impossible spirit origin. Judgment incarnate. When manifesting more fully as an agent of divine retribution, she materializes as Nidacris Altar, the night wind of the desert. She is not the pharaoh who rules the underworld as an avatar of the sky god Horus. She's instead the incarnation of Anubis, the very god of the underworld. Now she is both queen of the world below and pharaoh of the skies above. She could never be summoned in normal human history. Okay. Okay, that's an NP. Just that single bit of art alone. Okay. Login bonus. Okay. That. I did not know I needed that image. But that image is fantastic. Santa Gordolf. So glorious, the image of Santa Gordolf. So glorious. Oh, that's good. That's real good. And then 16 more quartz. That was ominous. Claim some master mission progress. And then from the box, got some stuff to claim here. Login ticket bonus for ashes. Ashes, they all fall down. Alright, so let's calculate. We are currently at 350 quartz. What will we be at the end of all this claiming? 4 for maintenance. 16 for the social media campaign. 15 for the Christmas login. Wait till Christmas in 2 years. I'll see something very interesting. I can't wait. Honestly, I cannot wait then. 1 for login, advent calendar. 12 for the countdown login bonus. Login, advent calendar. Login, advent calendar. And now we're just getting into login bonuses. And is that... Nope, there's still more login bonuses. Oh, I think that's all the login bonuses. Is that all the quartz I had in here? I think so. Hey, J6. Welcome to the stream, Hobby Things. I'll be replacing the small mesh. I do need to update my stream background. I really do need to update it. I need to add some more of the waifus to there, amongst other things. That's definitely on my agenda for the new year, is to update this. Oh, damn. J6. I've said it before. I was literally in your shoes just this past spring. I was literally in your shoes, so you definitely have my condolences, man. It's never easy. Never easy. So you do have my condolences. Only 2 hours. Why? Why would they give you that news 2 hours ago? Why would they make the grades available on Christmas? That's just like a surefire way to ruin the holiday. That is a surefire way. You have my deepest condolences, man. I've been where you are just this past spring, and all I can say is keep at it, persist, and who knows, you will hopefully not have to suffer through what I've had to suffer through, to the point where I am going to be consulting my cousin who is a lawyer for legal advice. I hope you do not have to go through those. Got a shiny on a Dynamax adventure. Nice. Congrats on getting a shiny, at least. Congrats on getting a shiny Lugia. Damn. Shiny Lugia. Gosh, I don't even know. Please tell me that shiny Lugia is the same as the Shadow Lugia from XD Gale of Darkness, because that would be so fitting. So fitting. How much quartz do I have right now? I gained 65 quartz from all of that. The question is... Okay, so... blue is replaced with red. Okay, that's fine. Question here is this Nido Altar banner worth rolling now? Or... because I know how it is with these Lostbelt banners. They always have multiple banners for the Lostbelt servants. Because there's always 5 stars and 4 stars. So is it worth rolling on Nido Burrito's banner now, when she's alone? Or shall I wait until a 4-star servant also appears to roll for her as well? There's 3 banners. 3 5-star servants. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. I'm just wondering if I should wait until it's going to be a Nido with a 4-star, if there even is a 4-star. Because, I mean, 3 5-stars. 1 new 4-star. Okay. Because Avalon LaFay had Morgan and Melusine as the... and Oberon, actually. Morgan, Melusine, and Oberon as the 5-star servants. This apparently is an early banner. Apparently this is an early banner. It's early release. This is supposed to not have happened until the new year. Nido Altar. So, that's kind of why I'm questioning if I should roll now, or if I should wait until the new year comes. So that way I can... You're not rolling? I think what I'll do is I'm going to wait to see... because my quartz stock is limited. My quartz stock is quite limited, and I want to possibly get the 4-star servant, because I've not done any of the story yet. I have no idea. I was not expecting Nido Altar, who honestly looks amazing. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing what her role is in the story. Speaking of, I think now is the time to start the story of Lostbelt 7 here. Part 1 of Lostbelt 7. No idea how many parts Part 1 is going to have, but we'll find out. I imagine that once I click on the icon here, I'm going to be dragged into a cutscene. If I get spooked, I will know. True. Very true. The new 4-star will be pretty unique. Okay. I think I am going to not roll on Nito Burrito's banner. I'm going to wait until she has a banner with the new 4-star that will be coming with this as well. Just because I don't want to potentially want the 4-star and none of the other 5-stars and end up rolling on Nito's banner and getting her again. So, she won't. The 4-star will not be on Nito's banner, Deontay? Are you saying the 4-star will not be on Nito's banner? Because if so... How long do I have on this banner? She's with someone else. Okay. I have 2 weeks for this banner. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn 10 tickets. I'll do 10 ticket summons here first. And then I'm going to jump into the story. And I'll see who else there is. That someone else... Yeah, that's kind of why. I'm going to wait for sure because, I mean... I did not watch the trailer. The trailer I skipped because I do not want to be spoiled at all for Lostbelt 7. I mean, outside of knowing that there will be 4 servants technically introduced. Nito Alter being one of them, and then 3 mysteries, 2 being 5 stars, 1 4-star. Media. I also think I need... I need to empty out my CE's storage. I'm almost at max. Note to self. Empty out my CEs here after stream. Okay. Mental note made. But we're gonna, like I said, 10 tickets, see what we get. I kind of doubt we're going to get that lucky, but who knows? Who knows? And then we're going to jump into the story, which, again, I guarantee is going to start off right when I click on the button for the Lostbelt. Just become free to play? I think it's a little bit too late for me to be free to play J6. It's a little bit too late. I did get $50 iTunes gift card for Christmas, so that's gonna be going to FGO. That's definitely gonna go to FGO. It's never too late. I'm gonna hate what happens in the story. No! Why would I hate what happens in the story? MASH is getting an NP upgrade in the story. Unless they take MASH from me, I'm not going to be sad. MASH is getting strunk-er. MASH is getting strunker. I mean, someone dies in every Lostbelt. Usually it is a crypter that dies. Alright, so that was a min roll of that spin. You know what? I'm gonna throw a single 11 spin, and that'll be it, and then we're going in. I do not have a gotcha addiction. Just a single 11 spin, the single 10 tickets, and then we are going to go into the story itself. Nope. Like I said, I am blind as far as information goes on this Lostbelt. As far as the story segments goes, I've been blind since Avalon LaFay. The only things I really know are the Summer Servants and the Christmas Servants. I've honestly not been to a casino in over a year. Honestly, I have not visited a casino in more than a year. Saying all that, though, something else I got for Christmas was a crisp $100 bill. And I don't know where that crisp $100 bill went. I'll find it eventually, I'm sure. It's probably in my pants pocket. You hated Lostbelt 7's story. Well, it's more the fact that I didn't really have a lot of stuff that I actually wanted. Like, material-wise. Display, I don't know why, but their selection is so much less. I tried looking for FGO stuff on display, and I couldn't find any good FGO Oh, gold! Oh, it's an assassin! It's Yanqing! Why? 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 That was a depressing spoop. The gold sparkles. So depresso. Quick drink of water. Alright, so we did not get the Nito burrito on that spin. It is what it is. So now, it's time to jump into the story. Am I right? It's loading. I think I was right. Okay, we are literally picking up right where Trom left off. With some trauma. One of the cooler gifts I got for Christmas was a silver, half an ounce of silver as a coin, and it has a dragon on it, so that was cool. I enjoyed getting that one. Because I just put silver, like straight up silver, on my Christmas list, and yeah, got a silver coin with a dragon. What is that? What is this place? Looks like an operating room and a corpse of some kind. Dot dot dot. I think is the best response. I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, gotta be what's left of the master of all the servants here. Moriarty called it Test Subject E. I'm sorry, I blanked out for a moment. I'll start gathering all the data we can right now. Good idea. Run all the scans you can. I'll see if I can find any residual magic energy or active cells. Caddick, just go and sit down somewhere. Nobody likes you. Don't really think I will, though. Hard to imagine Magecraft seeing much use in a modern facility. Oh, hello. Mash. There's something wrong here. Caddick, it's fine. Just keep looking around. Don't do that. You scare the shit out of me. Well, you know, too bad. Okay, I know that expression by now. You're serious, aren't you? Mash, hurry up with those scans. Looks like reality's unwinding or crumbling around us. Right, I need about 10 more seconds to get everything here. Good, door still works. As soon as Mash is done, we're out of here. Come on, Soul, you get over here too. You're trying to bring that corpse with us? The hell? Are you out of your damn mind? You shouldn't even be touching that. I'm not scared. It's just a corpse without any flesh or bones or organs. It's just sort of blood vessels and nerves. It deserves to be brought outside. It turned to dust. Senpai, priceless sample, and you just... Screw it. Can't do anything anymore. You feeling okay? Yeah? Good. Mash, your 10 seconds are up. We need to go. Right, I have all the data I need. Come on, Master. Let's hurry. Got it. Who died and put Caddick in charge here? What about the twig? We should grab the twig! What are you doing? Move your ass. The twig! No! Did she just die? Is that who died? Was that the corpse there? Is that the big death? The bonds holding the physical matter together in here are coming undone. I'm also picking up fluctuations in space-time, but this passageway is going to collapse before they even reach us. Master, Caddick, I'm sorry, but if we're going to escape, I need to carry you. Chirolite, how is she carrying both of us under her arms? You You don't even deserve this treatment, Katak. She's super mash.
Please don't say that again, Senpai.
It's true, though. She is super mash.
Setting round shield to broad position. Opening thrusters to maximum velocity. Initiating Ortonax shield rush mode. Please be careful not to bite your tongues. Shield rush mode?
Her shield's a rocket. That's great. I love that. I love that her shield can also double as jet propulsion. Oh, that's so Tears of the Kingdom. That brings back Tears of the Kingdom memories of rocket shielding.
Well, the important thing is that the three of you made it back safely. That hour of rest seems to have paid off as well. Now, did you take your mystic codes to the cleaners like I told you?
Yes.
Yes, Director, the mystic codes we used in the Singularity are in the lab right now. Thank you for keeping them in good shape. Excellent answer, Chirolite, and a good nod on your part too, Soul. How about you, Katak? Did you bring in your mystic code like you were supposed to?
Yeah, I'm not a moron. Not about to ignore a direct order from the commander.
Very good. Love the honesty. And to be totally honest with myself, I've been nothing but impressed by your performance.
I've been everything but impressed myself.
You did an excellent job with the Singularity. Like cake, yes? Thanks to you, it was a piece of cake. Soul may be a seasoned master, but deep down he's still an ordinary civilian, not a mage.
I've been through so much shit, Gordy. Do not undo all your character development, man. Do not undo your character development. I've been through so much shit that this... I don't even know what to call him. Couldn't even imagine. I've had my guts rearranged by an Oni. And that's one of the least weird things that's happened to us. So yeah, we've been through a lot of shit.
His more soft-hearted sensibilities have sometimes clashed with my more cold-blooded mage's perspective. But you've proven yourself useful at reconciling those two perspectives. Very useful to have around. I hope I can count on your help in the future as well, Zimlupus, especially since I'd assume you'd prefer not to wear that collar again if you don't have to.
Gordolf, I understand wanting to show your appreciation, but we don't have all day. Come to the point, please.
Oh, yes, of course. Good work getting back to safety from such a large singularity. Thanks to your efforts, the singularity, which we have decided to call Trom, has disappeared. It's a shame that our administrative advisor, Sherlock Holmes, was unable to return with you. But I'm sure he'll be back eventually, and when he does, I'm going to give him the grilling of a lifetime. But we have more pressing concerns right now. We need to discuss the data Chirolite brought back from the Area 51. I'm speaking, of course, of the mysterious room in that thing you found there. Test Subject E. Da Vinci and the rest of the computer room staff are analyzing it all as we speak.
That includes Sion, Professor Elrond, the record keeper, and Marcus the Spiriton engineer with assistance from Octavia. They're all working as hard as they can, so they should have a report for us sooner rather than later. So we're just, on standby until then? Is that why you confiscated our mystic codes? Yes, the ship is airborne and standing by over by North America. We'll be headed to our next objective, the seventh Lostbelt in the Amazon rainforest. After you've all had about 48 hours to recuperate. So we have 2 days to rest. That'll be a huge help. Senpai and Katak both worked very hard down there. Yeah, honestly not my idea of a good time. We could definitely use a break. Especially Soul. Good meal and a warm bed will do way more for him than any energy drink. You don't tell me what I need, Katak. You mean in terms of bolstering his mental state? Accurate. Summoning servants requires a great deal of mental energy. I would therefore like to be certain he gets at least 2 days off each week. We're back, Sion. Congratulations on completing your mission. I'm glad to see you're all back safe and sound. What was it, that expression? That exasperated expression? Are we being too friendly with her? But she is technically on the waifu categories, so, you know. Not to suggest I was ever concerned. If anything, things went largely as I calculated. That's so. Guess it doesn't sound like a joke coming from one of Atlas's elite alchemists. Does that mean you knew about Holmes, too? Did you know he was a disciple of the foreign god, that Moriarty was going to beat him in that singularity? You certainly do not pull your punches. Or is it bites, as you are a wolf? At any rate, you are correct. I was certain Holmes was one of the foreign god's disciples. For two reasons. First, the report I saw at the Atlas Institute during the Sixth Singularity. It said Holmes acquired information by synchronizing with Tri-Hermes. That may not sound like much, but Tri-Hermes is the heart and mind of the entire Atlas Institute. The sheer volume of information contained within would instantly shatter the spirit origin of any ordinary heroic spirit attempting to access it. Sherlock Holmes may have been exceptional, but his storage capacity was still nowhere near that of a divine spirit. There is simply no way a heroic spirit of a human, no, standard servant, could endure such a thing. That's a good point. I never thought twice about it before because, well, it was Holmes, but... Second, he of all people never once attempted to contemplate what the foreign god wants. He did not think about it because he did not know, but rather because he must not know. A detective who was supposed to reveal the truth was lying about who he himself was. I not speak how difficult the decision was for Holmes to make, but his reasons for making it were abundantly clear. If I pursue the answer to this question, I'll be destroyed. For Chaldea's sake, I must not think about this any further. That was the best, if not only way he had to walk that line. He may have technically been the foreign god's disciple, but forgetting that allowed him to be Chaldea's friend and ally. And that remained true up to the very end. As soon as he realized the truth of who he was, he chose to throw himself over the falls, so he would not become our enemy. Of course, that still leaves one other question. When the foreign god first summoned Holmes, why did a heroic spirit of his caliber agree to be her disciple in the first place? I'm still not quite sure what the answer of that myself. Still, the fact remains that he had no choice but to erase his own memories and disappear before he learned the truth about himself. At least, so long as he planned on remaining on Novum Chaldea's friend. Anyway, that is the extent of what I was able to figure out. Are you satisfied now, Catexim Limpus? So you couldn't trust him as Holmes the detective, but you did trust him as Chaldea's ally. Well, if you know all that, do you know what his goal was, too? If Holmes was one of the foreign god's disciples, then why did he originally make contact with Chaldea? What was it the foreign god wanted him to do? Probably the foreign god wanted us to, actually survive the singularities, because if Goetia succeeded, I don't think the foreign god would have happened. Why, to help Chaldea, of course. Huh? Though his reasons for doing so differed as a disciple, and after he forgot the facet of himself, he would have taken the same actions in either case. As the foreign god's disciple, his job was to help Chaldea fight the Lostbelts. That was why the foreign god didn't get rid of him herself. He was doing the job she gave him. But once the young Professor Moriarty was chosen to be a disciple, Holmes' days were numbered. My guess is the foreign god's command was something along the lines of... help Chaldea until they reach point A, then from point B onward you're forbidden to help any further. In this case, point A was probably the 5th Lostbelt, and point B was everything that came after. Or alternatively, it might have been something like, once Chaldea passes point A, destroy them from within. Either way, that time finally came, and he had to choose between Holmes and the disciple, and Holmes the administrative advisor to Chaldea. Ultimately, he went over the falls. He chose to remain Chaldea's administrative advisor. Holmes. He'll be back, I'm sure. That's the part I don't get. Even if Holmes did have to lose to Moriarty so Soul's team could defeat him, shouldn't he still have come back alive if he wanted to fight against the foreign god? I agree, it doesn't make sense. The Holmes we know would never choose to willingly kill himself. So that's both the biggest unanswered question as well as a hint to the foreign god's true nature. Holmes must have had no choice but to exit stage left, so to speak. He knew that, even as Chaldea's administrative advisor. As long as he was alive, he would have no choice but to obey the foreign god. It was unlike any ordinary servant contract, something more like a fetish he was helpless to. Sorry to interrupt, are you all still in the command room?
Yes, we are.
Hey, Kai, welcome to the stream. Happy things, and Merry Christmas to you. We were just studying test subject E when we came across one hell of a bonus. Apparently, there was an explosive computer virus hidden in the corner of that mysterious lab, and... oh crap, it's gonna blow up. Here, I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see this too.
Did you say blow up? What are you talking about? Don't just let it explode. Cover it up with something and toss it outside.
Uh-oh. Moriarty! Testing. Can you hear me? Are you getting this? Oh, that's a good angle. Shame I don't have a chair here, but oh well. I love how he's addressing the fact that almost all portraits are from a specific angle, and it always seems to make the servant or person look good. Good day, Chaldeans, or is it evening now? I'm James Moriarty, notorious genius. If you've opened this file, then I've probably disappeared. What a pity. So I've taken the liberty of recording this video in case the unthinkable should happen to yours truly. Now I'm sure you and I have had our share of trouble by this point, but I'd like you to put that all behind you. My goal was to save the world, which has proved to be a task Chaldea, or rather, Sol is unfortunately not up to. I'm sorry, what is with dunking on us day? We have been through so much shit. We have saved the world so many times. We have committed genocide at least 5 times. Arguably 6 considering we were the catalyst to the downfall of Avalon. But still, at least 5 genocides. That's no easy feat. We have saved the world so much. I can save the world far better than... Oh, Moriarty, those are fighting words. Of that I am, or rather was, absolutely certain. To be clear, I'm not doing this out of concern for Master Sol. I probably did not say as much since I am a shy fellow at heart, so I'll lay it all out here. I have no faith in Sol's capabilities whatsoever. Moriarty, you want to throw hands with somebody that literally beat down a beast? I'm sorry, but would you mind if I burn this file out of our databanks? Please, Mash. Do so. No, where's option 3? Where's let her burn this to the fires of hell? If you're seeing this file, then you must have also acquired the information on test subject E. Yeah, Brodeme, he was cool. It's a shame he went when he did. He could have done so much good. He would have been such a great ally. What stupid barrel. Well, it should be your job to analyze it and determine what it is. I've decided to be generous and make things a little easier for you. Test Subject D is not a terrestrial being. It is the remnants of a being humanity secreted away, probed and experimented upon in that facility for over 100 years. I believe its cries of agony as it lay dying are what drew the foreign god, its compatriot, here. Unfortunately, I could not determine anything beyond that. I simply lacked the necessary data. But what about the twig? Tell me about the twig. Still, with Trust Majesty's you on the storm border, I'm sure you'll be able to arrive at that answer yourself. Alright, Chaldea. Farewell, I pray you're able to uncover the true... No. On second thought, I don't. Miracles happen only when they're meant to. Praying to God is for students who forgot to do their homework. Wow. That smug son of a bitch. He just wanted to kick us when we're down. What a terrible professor. I hope he's not that bad of an influence on you, Master. I trust Kadok and Mash have finished voicing their opinions by now. Wow. He's kind of... He's got their number. Before I go, let me give you one last bit of helpful advice. I would hate to leave on so sour unhelpful a note that Chaldean ultimately declines to summon me. Dude, if this scene had happened at the end of Trom, I might not have rolled for you. But you're in my Chaldea already, Moriarty. You're already here, so. You should know that you have precious little time left to you. You, Olga Maria the Foreign God, is planning to strengthen her spirit origin even further. She means to do so via the entity of the Outer Realm that sleeps in South America, which is one of Brashan, the Major Association Folklore Department's ultimate taboos. Wait. The outer entity of the Outer Realm. It is an extraterrestrial being known as... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That never occurred to me. Of course a type would not be bleached. Of fucking course a type would not be bleached. Oh, fuck. Please tell me we do not have to fight ORT. He is a boogeyman of the Type Moon franchise. He is a fucking boogeyman. It is a fucking boogeyman of the Type Moon franchise, ORT is. Please tell me. Considered a true invader of this world, and you, Olga Marie, plans to merge with it. Oh. That's gonna be what this is. We're gonna be chasing down you, Olga Marie, in Lostbelt 7. She's going to merge with it, and we're going to have to fight the merged you, Olgar T. Are you surprised? I do hope you're surprised. Anyway, your deadline fast approaches. You may have defeated me, but there's no time to rest on your laurels. The moment the foreign god gets her hands on ORT, humanity is lost. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah. So if you don't want to see this planet brimming as it is with possibilities most wicked split in two, I suggest you hurry. Yeah, David, please tell me you've got this under control. Please tell me that you're going to be like Pepe and you're going to be cool and you're going to team up with us in Lostbelt 7 so that we can take down you, Olga Marie.
Did he really say ORT? You mean you don't know? Alright, you wouldn't know, would you? Damn it!
ORT is type Mercury, I believe. So, yeah. Lostbelt 7 might be a bit harder than I thought. It's a damn good thing I'm not doing restrictions on this run.
You didn't grow up hearing ORT would double you up and your whole house up if you didn't go to sleep when you were told.
That would be... I mean, I guess ORT would be a boogeyman.
Well, I for one am jealous.
How do I... To put it in terms even you would understand, it's sort of like a ghost story of the mage world. ORT is said to be a monster from outer space that came to South America before the AD era began. They say it kills anyone who even gets close to it in an instant. No, Caddick's an ass. Caddick, I don't care about you. Just go and give an exposition dump in a trash can, because that's where Caddick belongs. Because the memes, David is totally just a cool pro skateboarder dude. The memes wouldn't lie. No mage has ever entered its territory and lived to tell the tale. Technically true statement there. There was a single mage that got out of its territory, and as soon as they gave a report to the Mage Association, turned into crystals and shattered afterwards, essentially saying, don't fuck with this. Technically, somebody did make it out for a time. There's also the fact that a dead apostle ancestor tried to take over ORT and got munched on by ORT and thus made ORT a dead apostle ancestor. Yay! And yet for some reason, maybe they decided it was too dangerous to be left of its own devices, or perhaps it was just out of purely academic curiosity. A Grand Mage and 6 Brand Mages decided to raid its territory in South America back in the 16th century. Oh, they are going on to that. Oh, in case you don't know, a Grand Mage is the very best of the Magecraft world. They're monsters, powerful enough to single-handedly rival the might of the entire nations. Brand Mages are one level below Grand, but they're still incredibly talented geniuses who are nearly as strong as Grand Mages. So getting 7 incredibly powerful mages together for a single expedition was something that had just never been seen before. In fact, they say the mood at their campsite before they set out wasn't too far off from a festival. But ultimately, only one mage made it back alive. Okay, so they are going in on that story. You must not go near that thing yet. There is nothing alive on Earth right now that can match it. Wait for the next era, let us entrust our hopes to the creatures, whatever they may be, which evolved after our extinction. After he spoke to those words, he turned into crystal right before our eyes of everyone who gathered to hear him. The mage's name was Astea. He was one of the 12 lords of the clock tower at the time. Yep. He like turned the whole area around him into like a crystalline forest, sort of like a almost reality marble. But that's just because he is a type. and a type would change the environment around them to suit their natural living conditions of the planet they embody. The incident is what prompted the Dean of the Mages Association and the Clock Tower to dub the monster ORT. And ever since, that particular region in South America has been known to be off limits to all of humankind. Though at least in the pissant mage family I grew up in, this was all just a tall tale. If Gordolf's reaction is anything to go by, the nobles must have been taught the story as a fact, though. A fact scary enough that they apparently used it to threaten kids into behaving. There indeed has.
Exactly. No one should ever go near ORT, as they say, wake not a sleeping alien. My old dean once said, as long as the planet doesn't scream, ORT will never wake up. It slumbers deep beneath South America. So we must make sure to leave it alone. If it stirs, there will be no safe place left on the planet.
You know, that actually makes me wonder. When the incineration of humanity happened, was ORT still just did Goetia just do a controlled burn around ORT's force? Like, okay, we're gonna just blanket nuke everything, but as soon as we hit South America, hang on, I gotta just do a nice little cookie cutter, careful cookie cutter. Okay, the area around ORT is burned. Now everything else can burn. I mean, even still, the incineration of humanity was a pretty big deal. I like to imagine that Goetia literally did a cookie cut, like the Squid Game cookie cutter around ORT's forest, made sure that area was burned, and then burned everything else around it, leaving ORT to have its own little space.
That's how scary this monster is. It's even worse news than the foreign god.
I had no idea a mystic like that was sleeping in South America. As a captain myself, I can't say I'm not intrigued.
That right there. That's the kind of curiosity that nearly destroyed the whole world. Don't you dare indulge it.
ORT isn't meant to awaken until the promised time, according to the notes. So don't wake it up early. I just remembered something. I once read an article about ORT in Chaldea's library. It said ORT was, at present, the most powerful unknowable life form mages had yet discovered. It's said to be a huge extraterrestrial being which resembles nothing so much as a spider. Its exodermis is supposedly hard, soft, hot, and cold all at once. It generates energy inside its body using nuclear fusion, transforms any matter it touches into crystal, and it's a threat to humanity that won't be comprehensible to human technology until the year 3000. Damn, seriously? When types purge Earth according to their contract with Gaia. Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. I personally hope that ORT will just be sleeping in the background of this Lostbelt. This is far, far beyond anything I calculated. The foreign god wants to merge with ORT, but she's already more than powerful enough already. Why would she undergo such a unnecessary alteration? Well, since she also claimed to be president of Earth, I'm guessing she may just be greedy. This is absurd. If we were to assign value to Chaldea's present fighting ability, I might say it's level 50. The foreign god would already be level 1000 in that case. There's no need for her to grow yet more powerful, and yet she wishes to merge with ORT and become, let us say, level 10,000. I mean, it's honestly possible that, given how Morgan hollowed out her Tree of Emptiness, and I'm pretty sure didn't Arjuna merge with his Tree of Emptiness? It's very possible that the Tree of Emptiness was just gobbled up by ORT, but still is going to work. Because, I mean, that's the thing, though. There's a different field. I remember now, there is a different field around the 7th Lostbelt compared to the others. It's very possible that ORT has incorporated, much like how ORT incorporated a dead apostle ancestor into its biology, it's very possible that it did the same with the Tree of Emptiness. In which case, we are going to have to fight ORT because we need to destroy the Trees of Emptiness in order to get rid of the Lostbelts. Oh boy. There is such a thing as over-preparing. At any rate, if Moriarty went to the trouble of leading us that video, that means it's almost certainly true. Gordolf, Da Vinci, I propose an immediate change of plans. Though we need to verify that Olga Maria is indeed capable of fusing with other life forms at all. Her success in doing so with ORT would leave us absolutely no chance of victory. Not even the sacred sword we have finally finished would be of any use against her. The plan we drew up in Britain would be useless. According to Trismegistus' 2 prognostications, a threat of that scale is yet to appear on this planet. There must be some reason the foreign god has not yet been able to find ORT, in which case we do not have a moment to lose. I'm setting the Stormboarder's course for the 7th Lostbelt immediately. We'll finish our preparations on the way. We must find the foreign god and defeat her before she can merge with ORT. Sounds like a plan. I thought it gained vampiric properties from devouring the dead apostle ancestor. Okay, that was the prologue. So let me pause the recording aspect here.